Hey, yo, what's poppin'? It's your girl, the homie Sydney. We here with Wolf Tyla. We lit, baby. How you feeling?
I feel amazing.
We good. We here on the Kickback session. Sensational?
Sensational.
Shout out to Hardin, the best dispensary in Vegas, for hooking me up with the pre-rolls. We love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's been a minute.
I know, it's been a minute. How you been?
I've been doing well. How are you?
And when you say you've been doing well, like life's really been good?
Life's
Life
has been crazy, but I feel like everything that I've been going through, I've always came out of it. You know, like, of course we're gonna go through like storms and we're gonna have ups and downs, but every single up and down that I've been hitting, I'm like, it's just
that bounce
bounce
back game is crazy.
Exactly. So landing on my 2 feet and just running, you know, when I hit the ground. So
I think that's a really big part of your brand. Like, you talk so much to your fans about mental health, self-love. One of the main things I wanted to ask you when I just knew you were coming on was like, how do you keep your peace?
How do I keep my peace? I think definitely self-care days, as cliche as it sounds. It's like self-care days are so important. Just days where you just need to dial it down, turn your phone off, not be on social media, hanging around family. Like, those days are really essential to just keep going, because rest, recovery, as much as people want to say, oh, we in the studio, we grinding till 6 a.m.
It's not always that easy.
I haven't ate a meal. Like, all that stuff, that's cute, but it's not healthy.
Right.
Like, so resting, I'm learning that is like top one priority, and making sure that you eat right too. Sleep. Like,
what's your eating regimen like? Like, what's like your go-to meals? Like,
pasta.
That's a munchie, or that's like your fave?
That's like my favorite. Like, I could eat pasta every single day. It's so unhealthy.
Homemade pasta?
Homemade pasta
with the meat sauce? With the sauce?
No,
with the sauce?
Absolutely not.
How you make your pasta?
I like it with butter, Parmesan cheese, garlic. I'm a garlic and oil girl.
Me too.
With like a little glass of wine.
Okay, that's period. Just look real classy with it.
Exactly, real classy.
And then, you know, going back to the self-care part, especially being an influencer, how do you find the balance between social media and real life?
Social media and real life, I think just training myself to filter things out. You know, social media, it's real, but it's not all real. You know, no one's out here, quote unquote, like no one is out here broadcasting their failures. No one is saying, you know, damn, I'm hurting out here. I mean, you have some people who do that, but all in all, like, you really go on social media to just kind of like really, I think social media is kind of like a mood board, you know?
Hikey.
I feel like it's a mood board because it's like you post up the accomplishments, you post up the wins, you post up the days that you're feeling good. We're all on social media smiling for cameras, you know, like, geez, it's just like an automatic thing. So I feel like I kind of use my social media to look back and be like, wow, you know, back in December, I was doing this. But as a note to myself, I was like, damn, I was going through this, and this back in December.
I wasn't even showing that.
Right. And then I'm like, oh, wait, but now I'm in March. And I'm like, that's crazy. I went from here to here. So I kind of use it as like a timeline, like a little mood board type of thing.
I feel it.
I don't know how to explain it.
What makes you happiest?
What makes me happiest, just in general? My bed. Playing video games.
What game?
Apex Legends. PS4.
You just be in the crib posted, listening to your music, playing that game.
High, drinking water.
No wine.
Minding my business. We could get wine.
We could get wine too. Okay.
We could get wine. That's not a problem. That could be arranged. But yeah, just hanging out with family, hanging out with loved ones, doing fun stuff like going skating. And just like regular stuff. And
you mentioned earlier how important the real shit is to you. How do you filter out the real, especially moving to LA? I know you're from New York.
I mean, this is the thing. I think it's a misconception. You know, I don't think LA is necessarily fake and fraudulent. It's just everybody comes here everybody from LA just, I guess, the people that are not from LA, they come and they migrate here, and I think LA is very labeled as like, come here for opportunity, come here to start your new life, and come here to pay a lot of rent and grind and no sleep, and we're always moving and slow traffic. Like, I think that's kind of like the cliche. That's what LA is. But I think LA is a dope place. Like,
so your transition was smooth from New York to LA.
I feel like I'm still transitioning. I don't want to say it was smooth, but like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like I like going through certain things that may put me in a space where I might be hurting, I might be upset, I might be like, oh my God, I don't want to leave my bed. But then again, I'm like, you know what? I need this time to reflect. I need this time to give me some clarity, because really, when you're by yourself, that's when you have so much time to just see things for what they really are.
Have you always been like that? I feel like that's such a mature way to know like how you cope is by finding peace within yourself.
Look, it was either I'm going through something and I'm hurting and I'm gonna be down about it and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna feel so bad for myself. Like, where's that really gonna go? This is just me talking from me. Like, some people, that might be like their coping way, but my coping way is just like, look, I gotta flip the perspective and look at it like I might be going through something, but I'm like a huge believer in God, and I really believe that He's not gonna put me through something for no reason. You feel me? Like, I'm not about to just be out here hurting for no reason.
You gonna bounce
like,
back
there has
with
to
him.
be a lesson coming from it. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just wait it out. But you know, I'm just like, so you done or are you finished?
And then it's always like, when's it gonna be done?
Exactly.
When's it gonna be finished?
Right. So then I'm just like, okay, put some patience on it. But I mean, every bad day comes with a good day. Every good day is gonna come with a day where you don't feel like yourself. So just gotta ride out.
I feel it. Has music become a form of therapy for you?
For sure.
Describe your first interaction with music.
My first interaction with music, I guess it was the form of just writing, like writing poetry, and then I just started loving to listen to instrumentals, and then slowly I just put two and two together, and I was like, boop, and then I released my first song in 2015 called Feels.
And I feel like that's the cool thing with you. I feel like you've been through so many journeys with your sound.
Yes, and seasons, honey.
Seasons, journeys. Describe like who you think you were when you put your first single out. Who was that girl?
I think she was really dark. She was really motivated. She was very 1 foot in, 1 foot out, very still trying to find herself and navigate through so many people that, you know, may have wanted to help her and support her, and then with a mixture of people who were just like really good at putting that facade up. As in, like, they were really good at just making me feel like they wanted to be around and that they really were for me. So I think it was really difficult while I was going through, like, depression and anxiety, because I'm just like, why am I going through this? And then it was like, I was questioning God, too, because I was like, I don't think God would really put me in a position where just to hurt, just to keep on hurting. So I think from the time that I released that first song, it was more so really being in tune with myself. And then I just continued to kind of be more in tune with myself.
So the next single represented an evolved Tyla in a way. Like, were you there?
So after Feels, the next single was You Ain't Shit. And I think that was just like a lot of
after
rage.
a breakup?
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Surprise or no surprise?
You know, it was complicated. It was just, I think also I was so young too, and the other person was so young too, that I was like, look, it came out with it, the song. It made a great song, so I guess it was worth it. Shit. Yeah, and everybody else who was listening to felt it too, so I was like, ooh.
And then when you start moving into All Tinted, I felt like that sound was so different. Who did that represent in your eyes as a character?
I think a radiant version of myself, for sure.
And the energy you strive to always maintain.
Yes, I think All Tinted is definitely it represented me on like my best day, my most fun self, like the video shoot, the energy, all the frequencies that were just coming from everyone. I was like, wow, like people want to be here, like I want to be here. And I think it was like a family barbecue, really. Everyone that was involved in the video, even from hair to makeup to styling, and
people held you down.
Yeah, even everybody like behind the scenes too. It was just like, wow,
that's amazing.
Fun.
That's
like,
super amazing.
It didn't feel like business. It didn't feel like you're being forced to be there. You know, I never pay like the extras on set to be there. They
showed up out the love,
right.
out the
I
strength.
open it up to the people because I always love including like my fans and my supporters, my friends in my music videos. So
no, that's dope as hell, and I feel like that's so important to have in this city.
Absolutely,
especially like this city can get so lonely, and having people who really fuck with you and support you and just really pull up is like, damn, okay, like I'm doing the right thing.
Not even like, just the city, anywhere. It's just hard.
Mm-hmm. Is something you ever struggled with in your childhood too? Like, were you always the girl who had all the friends, who's fucking with everybody?
Oh,
you're more to yourself.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
You can't be out here doing that. That's doing a lot. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of energy right there.
It is a lot of energy.
No, I don't think you ever catch me doing that. But I was definitely the girl that was kind of to herself. Mm. I was going through depression. I was going through anxiety. So I was very like closed off. I don't even think maybe at that time I even knew how to properly communicate with people. I was kind of a little socially awkward, I think. And then I think it kind of was just taken off as, oh, she thinks she's too good. Like,
I hate when people assume that when you're just more standoffish.
She likes to just sit by herself. She just thinks that she's this, she's that. And I'm just like, hey, man, your opinions ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hell yeah.
At all. Go crazy.
And then being out here, you were saying maintaining your peace. You keep to yourself.
I try to keep to myself as much as possible, but it doesn't limit me to create with other people. And voice how I feel and listen to people. You know, I'm still open to that. But
hell yeah,
I'm a turtle in my shell sometimes.
I feel you.
But I know
you be coming out and popping out.
Exactly.
What's been your favorite thing to do out here that you fuck with?
My favorite thing to do
that you do in your spare time?
I'm not gonna lie, they have really good like morning breakfast places.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Like
too.
No more going to IHOP, no more going to Denny's. Like we got options now, honey.
Hell yeah.
So I've just been trying out some of the foods and trying to just figure out what I like. But I'm mostly in Koreatown.
Where do you stay out here?
I stay in the Valley.
And you'd be driving?
I be driving. I low-key love, like, I don't
Do you really? Did you learn how to drive when you got out here? You've been driving.
I've been driving.
You lucky. You
don't know how to drive?
Girl, no.
Why? Girl, you don't like cars?
I do like cars, but I'm scared. Like,
Okay, what are you scared about? Let's flip the interview to you.
I'm scared of accidents, man. It's like I have a big fear of accidents. I've been in two. I've seen friends and I have friends in DUIs. Like, I just have that fear, and whenever I'm in a car, I see that.
No,
I'm sorry, y'all, but
those are some good reasons.
You know, so it's kind of like solid. I've been afraid to get my license, but it's time. Like, I graduated.
Baby steps.
It's baby steps, but I need to at least like start some lessons. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna flip it back to you. I'm gonna flip it back to you. I feel like you're more interested in that.
Yeah. On some gated roads.
On some what?
On some gated roads.
Oh, to learn how to drive on some gated roads. I don't know. I feel like regardless, it's just being in a fucking vehicle. Like it's just being in that car. Regardless, is like nah.
Yeah.
So I just rather sit in the back seat. Or I take the train out here sometimes. Honestly, like, I've been getting into that.
Fine.
It's okay. Like it hasn't been as bad. I'm getting into it, but like my daily routine now has kind of been like, okay, like head to the gym, take the train, come back, and I'm actually like spending like no money. Like you can hop the trains in LA and it's not an issue.
I've never been on the train in LA.
I mean, like. If you have a car, you really don't have to.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I'm just so used to the train in New York that's like a thing for me. What's your daily routine like out here?
My daily routine. If I'm not going into hair and makeup in the morning at like a really early time that I just would not be up at, going into the studio. I love the late night sessions, but I think like I made a mark to myself to bring those sessions a little bit more up in the day because I think I'm getting older in my body. I got
starting to get a little tired.
I got arthritis. I'm tired, so I'm just like, I got to move those sessions up. My family is usually back in New York, so. You
be up early to talk to them?
No.
No?
No. They need to stay up.
They need to stay up. Talk to me, period. Nah, that's funny.
No, I'm always in communication with my family, but just typically I'm not waking up with my family, you know. So they're back in New York, so I always check in, a little phone call with my mom. Goes a long way.
Period.
Especially on those long drives. I'm like,
you need somebody to talk to. If you're not doing a playlist, it's like I need to talk to somebody on the phone.
Exactly.
Who are you working with right now? That's exciting.
Right now, I'm working with a couple producers. Working with a couple of just like really dope people. I just did a song with Jeremiah. I just did a song with Roy Woods. No, he's bomb.
Roy Woods is fire.
He's
Roy Woods is
fire.
super fire. I've been waiting for some new songs from him too, because his sound is just so crazy.
I think he got an album coming out.
Ooh. He's closer. He's closer.
I think he got one coming out. But I just finished working with Timberland.
So he produced Candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Describe that process.
He let me co-produce on Candy. So I'll put that out
Describe that
there.
moment, like when you got in the studio and you started working with him. What was that like for you?
So we ended up having a studio session for 2 days, and both days just were magical. Like, it was a moment. Nothing was forced. Nothing was like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I think he really pushed me to be like, hey, like, you're doing some of these melodies, but like, you know, what about these type of melodies? Make sure you visit these. And he just has a bunch of like compartments in his head where he's just like, he just picks from, and then everything is just wow. I think it also was a producer that I've always just kind of like looked up to, always kind of followed journey wise. So I was just like, wow, it kind of was
surreal. Like, it was
yeah,
like a
and I never
full
looked
circle
for
moment.
validation, but I'm just like, it kind of was like a confirmation for me. I'm like, I'm in a room full of like with legends, like,
And they believe in me too,
and they
just as
believe
much
in me
as I believe in
too. So
myself.
I think it also was just like, oh, I got to start buckling up and tightening up and being like, I got to look at myself
and walking that truth,
Right,
because
exactly,
like I'm starting to feel that, and that's starting to
Exactly.
radiate off of me. I gotta
like,
just walk in that.
Even people that are like, oh, you gotta be real careful with who you call a legend. I'm just like, man, that's how you have to really look at yourself. Even if other people don't view you as that, you have to give yourself that energy, because I promise you, once you start giving yourself that energy, people are gonna follow and start giving you that energy, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay. So
Nah, big facts. And I think that's the thing with legends. It's like, especially when someone you really fuck with and have always dreamed of working with tells you like, man, like, you're doing great, sweetie. Like, you're special, you know? And sometimes when you're in those low moments, that reminder is like, okay, like, you don't know you need to have that and feel that at that very moment.
exactly, those moments really go such a long way.
No, big facts. Who else were you really
It's just
inspired
deep.
with growing up?
Growing up, music-wise,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Drake, a lot of Party Next Door.
Okay, P1 or P2?
I thought you was about to pass me the blunt.
Oh, you see, so you
Crazy.
fucking with the blood though? You fucking with the blood? You fucking with the blood?
The blunt is a vibe.
I think it's a vibe. Lil Hardin got the best weed in Vegas, man. Thank y'all for this.
And the most
Appreciate
tightly
y'all.
pre-rolled blunts.
They real good though.
They're good.
They good, man.
Y'all are like, I don't want no weed falling out that pre-roll.
They keep it real tight.
Sealed.
Keep it right. Keep it tight.
Yup.
Period.
Wow.
Ooh,
You know what?
that was meant.
The
I was asking you though.
frequency.
PND.
P-
Yo, I actually have a list. I fucking hate you. I actually have a slight list. It's one of my insecurities, you know. It's
No,
okay.
I wasn't pointing out your lips.
But you heard it though.
No, I
You
didn't.
you didn't notice it until I brought it up
No.
for real. Oh my god, no, it's terrible. I be trying to hide it.
So PND.
PND 1 or PND 2?
Oh, honey. No. Going way back. Damn, what's the name of the album?
You can't even come at me then. You can't come at me without
No,
the
it's
name.
the album with Break from Toronto. Right here.
That's PND 1.
No. It wasn't called
Right-
PND 1.
That's the second one?
Break from Toronto.
That's the second one?
Right here.
That's the first one. But right here is also the first one. That's my favorite. I like PND 1 more than PND 2.
Okay. The early PND.
The first one. The
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
the
Yeah, the
first-
first
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
The second one to
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
like, it was dope, but it
Oh,
wasn't.
wait, but the first one was Jerron Beat Collection. Ooh.
Oh, you early.
Yes,
He was
I'm
on
early.
it.
Yes.
Who put you on the party?
My friend KJ.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
My homegirl Allie put me on. I
was,
remember that day in college. I was like, no, I even
Yeah.
think high school. I was like, ooh, like, I'm felt. He feels me.
That's a vibe. So like Drake,
Mm-hmm.
Party Next Door, Aaliyah, Tamia, Janet Jackson. We got the Isley Brothers. We got Marvin Gaye. We got Music Soul Child. Like, I got a catalog, honey.
And who's on your playlist right now?
On my playlist, I've been listening to a lot of Don Toliver. I've been listening to a lot of Brent Faiyaz, for sure.
That album's my favorite.
Still listen to Party.
Me too. And you heard Split Decision that just came out? He dropped a single Friday.
I heard the news.
The news was cool.
That was a vibe.
The news was cool. But Split Decision, I definitely like more. And who else? Do you like Doja Cat? You into her?
She's a vibe.
I like her visuals.
I was on the same lineup with her.
No,
at Vision Fest.
No, that and y'all,
I was like, wow.
y'all up next. Y'all up next.
I was like, wow.
And I feel like Doja Cat, why I fuck with her, like you're so involved with your creative process. I could tell with your visuals.
And so I think
photography, you could tell she's also just in the same kind of vein.
Totally hands on with all her stuff.
With everything. No, she's fine.
That's crazy.
And I think another thing between both of y'all, you're just confident women, and you guys exude confidence.
Thank you.
How did you find your confidence?
How did I find my confidence? I think just coming to the fact that a lot of the things that maybe I don't like about myself, or I view myself as girl, what you doing? Or other people want to make me believe that there's something wrong with me. I just came to terms everything can be worked on, anything that I don't like about myself, I'm like, it could be worked on. And what can be worked on is the self-love that I have for myself. I'm like, if I start just loving myself, then everything that I don't feel should be on me, etc., I'm just going to learn to love, So I think growing up, too, I got, bullied a little bit. But look, if I had that same energy and the same confidence I had now, then I'm like, it would have been over.
How would you describe the purpose of your brand? How do you want to make people feel when they interact with you, hear your music, feel your personality?
When people hear my music, I think the main message that I'm trying to get across is that we all go through something. I think from the time that I released my first single all the way up until now, it tells a story, and it might tell a story in a way where there's a little slow vibe beat to it, or we're going up to it. And I think from a scale of just making people feel strength through being vulnerable, and a mixture of just being lit in the club or something, I think it just brings people to a medium of just understanding themselves. It's like my music is trying to tell other people, really the music is not about me, it's about you. Feel it the way that you want to feel it. Take the lyrics and analyze it the way that you want to analyze it. And some people are going to be like, hey, we hate your music. It sucks. Stop it. Find something else. Relax. And then there's some people that are like, hey, your music got me to another day. So I'm just like, look, anything that my music can even make you feel, whether it's rage, whether it's sadness, or damn, turn this off. Why are you playing her? It's just as long as I'm making somebody feel, I'm like, bet, I'm here.
And you've been giving us the feels, and you make us feel, I think, through how you live your life. And I appreciate you for being so vulnerable and so transparent with your fans, your people, and just being a solid person. And I'm excited for where your music's about to go. We love you over here. Thank you for pulling up on the Kickback session.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, mad love. Thank you for pulling up. Gang, gang.